All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kerry Dieter, not Divyesh Vaidya, which you actually see on the board there. Divyesh is one of my counterparts over at Dell, but I'm with Dell Technologies. I have actually been with Dell since the beginning of our relationship with SAP 23 years ago. It's been a nice long ride, and I'm happy to be able to come in and talk in our very good partners booth here, SUSE, to tell you a little bit about what we do around DataHub and more beyond that around SAP and SAP HANA in general. How many of you are running HANA right now? Everybody? We got a few hands. How many are moving to HANA? How many aren't sure what HANA is? That's okay. That's okay too. That's not a problem at all. Well, let's talk a little bit about modernizing IT, because really that's what HANA and DataHub is really all about. So, just to set this straight, who is Dell Technologies? Dell Technologies is actually, as you can see, one of the top 10 world's largest publicly controlled technology companies. This is us by the numbers. Over 90 billion in revenue now, serving over 98% of the Fortune 500. We have over 145,000 team members overall around the world, and 30,000 full-time customer services to support team members. We are really worldwide. We are international in scope, and Dell has been that. It started as Dell and EMC. Dell and EMC have come together to create an incredible merger, an incredible list of companies. In particular, you can see the companies that are represented here that have been pulled together by acquisition over time. We'll get back to talking about some of these things a little bit later, but this combination of what were former partners now under one roof means some real benefits for our customers in terms of an end-to-end, edge-to-core to cloud strategy, which is what we feel is necessary to truly modernize your IT environment. So what makes SAP HANA compelling? For those of you who are familiar with it, HANA being a completely new way of doing data management, doing analysis, and doing our ERP and business systems of record. As you've seen probably from the keynotes, HANA is compelling from a number of different levels, from the base level, from the digital platform with data management, up through the intelligent technologies that are part of the edge pieces, all the way up through the applications at the top, and being able to provide industry-specific solutions that you can leverage within your companies to be able to be more efficient and better suited to have an advantage in the business world. Essentially, these three areas are all addressed by different pieces of SAP's overall HANA suite. Whether it's the applications with S/4HANA, Leonardo tying inputs from all over your business through IoT, through big data, through the cloud, and into the analytics platforms and the data management on the back end. Dell is suited and positioned to supply solutions in all of these areas. So from the top to the bottom, deploying and implementing S/4HANA and being able to help you exploit the benefits of it. Through Leonardo and opportunities to build reference architectures around Leonardo and IoT gateways that Dell has that has SAP software already built into it, all the way down through the data management suites, down on the bottom end with all of the platforms that are there. Dell EMC, Dell Technologies, we have the pieces and parts to put all of this together for you. Now our goal, as I was saying earlier, our partnership goes back over 20 years. Back to 1996 when we started working together. We joined the HANA program in 2011 and have really not looked back. Since that time, since the beginning of all this, we've actually won 3 Pinnacle Awards from SAP in terms of what we've done internally. We run our business on SAP. We transformed our analytics from a huge Teradata system into an SAP HANA system that has enabled us to have much faster response and easier use from our business leaders. It just simply means that we leverage the stuff that we sell. And we work through our partners like SAP and at SUSE to try and bring what we've learned internally to our customers and let you benefit from what we've been able to put together. Now, modernizing, you have to modernize your environment in order to be able to run and take advantage of SAP applications as they stand. You know, if you're running on legacy systems, which are the traditional client-server type of architecture, moving into an all in-memory database structure requires a little bit of a lift, right, to be able to move. You have to start with consolidating and simplifying what you're doing, rather than having shadow IT spread all over your organization, bringing it in to rein it in with management structures and in the right type of an infrastructure to be able to simplify things and consolidate things down. To be able to utilize both on-premise and take advantage of the cloud, to be able to burst back and forth and put your data where it makes the most sense, whether it's mainline running on-premise or in the cloud, or some combination of development in the cloud, or DR in the cloud, or even managing your on-premise system as your own private cloud. These are the things that we need to do to be able to modernize and automate what we're doing. And then having that foundational infrastructure, not just in the hardware, but actually in the layers above that, utilizing things such as our partnership and our part ownership of VMware, and being able to utilize that to burst into cloud. Utilizing Boomi, Dell Boomi software, to be able to orchestrate what you're doing internally and to streamline processes. All of these things tied together yield an intelligent infrastructure that allows you to support SAP's intelligent applications. And these are the things that Dell Technology, again, brings to the market for you. So let's look a little bit at the infrastructure that we talked about, that modernization, being able to consolidate and simplify what you've got. The basic underpinning here is to be able to take, create a new infrastructure to move from the classic database infrastructure all the way over to a full adoption of SAP's S/4HANA. S/4 is a complete rewrite. So being able to take it from what you've got to what you need requires some planning, requires a partner that can help you with these things. And you know that these moves need to take place before 2025. So it's important to work with a partner such as Dell Technologies to be able to put these things together. We've got the services, we've got the expertise, and we've got the practices to be able to help you move, whether you're building an infrastructure off of appliances or through a converged infrastructure or through TDI processes across the board. We can help you run a mixed environment all the way up through a full S4 environment, and be able to do it in a way that you can start incrementally and grow over time without having to rip and replace what you've done before. Our goal in all of this is not to tell you what you need. Our goal at Dell Technologies is to work with you to figure out where you are, where you want to go, and how you want to get there, and do the right kind of technologies to be able to facilitate that, whether that's a standalone server, a complete cloud infrastructure, converged infrastructure somewhere in between, or wherever. That's what we're going to try and help you do. Now, our certified solutions for SAP HANA, as I said, you've got the option of utilizing pre-certified HANA appliances. We find that a lot of customers find this, especially if it's their first foray into SAP HANA, utilizing a certified appliance that's pre-built, ready to go, arrives at your place of business. We set it up, we turn it on, and everything's preloaded. All you have to do is apply your SAP HANA license keys, and you're ready to do business. Or for those who want to be a little bit more specific in how they build things, SAP has the option to do tailored data center integration, or TDI. So if we know what your sizings are, we know what your performance needs are, we can match up to existing certified storage systems that you may already have, or that you want to purchase and share between all of these platforms, and be able to put this in place. And these appliances and TDIs are all incorporated with SUSE Linux to be able to operate more efficiently and more completely. Again, fully certified appliances as well as a TDI space. That TDI space extends over to our converged systems with VxBlock, as well as our hyperconverged infrastructure, VxFlex and VxRail. These are all systems that utilize the power of a converged architecture with SLES, with VMware to be able to provide easy scalability for your environment. So the situation here, how do I manage the landscape? Well, SAP has this tool called Llama, Landscape Management. But how do I tie that into the rest of my environment? Well, it's very simple when you're utilizing Dell Technologies infrastructure and storage on the back end, because I can now provide a plugin specifically to Llama to be able to give you the capability to manage your SAP HANA environment, including the hardware beneath it, as one single whole from SAP's Landscape Manager. ESI, the EMC storage integrator, actually ties the two of these together. So a PowerMax system or a Unity system can actually tie directly into your HANA environment. That means that your basis team can manage all of their resources and not have to reach out to the IT infrastructure managers to be able to get resources that they need to be the most productive. So we try and bring that sort of a streamlined solution to play. And we also address very clearly continuous availability and data protection, because a system of record is no system of record if you can't protect it, right? So there's a lot of different ways that SAP provides that can help manage the log files and such as that. But what about everything else? What about all the ancillary pieces? What about the additional software that's on the systems? And how do we manage that RTO performance level that we need to have? That's where EMC's data domain and networker and all of the systems built into our PowerMax and Unity storage systems, that replication is all built into play. So it's something that's very easy to take advantage of, and once again, to leverage through SAP HANA Llama or to separately. You can do it either way, but ultimately we try and do everything that we possibly can to make absolutely certain that you have persistence and constant availability and backups and restores that are easy to maintain, easy to achieve, and very quick and seamless within your organization. Because obviously, if something goes down, because we know things will go down, it's just simply a nature of the situation. Unless you have unlimited pockets that can maintain 7 nines of uptime, there's always going to be an issue, and it's how you respond and how you can recover. And that's where our data domain products and DD Boost products can really help come into play. And they're integrated directly into SAP HANA's restore and backup capabilities. So it's nothing that you have to learn that's separate. It utilizes native SAP HANA commands to be able to make all of this happen. We try and make that as integrated as possible. So that was the infrastructure. Let's talk a little bit about a cloud operating model here that we can help provide. With that, here's your situation. You got more customers, such as yourselves, that are looking for some sort of a cloud strategy involving SAP. Not all of it means taking everything out to the cloud, or even any of it. Ultimately, a cloud operating model can be used on-premise as well, because the real benefit of cloud operation is self-service, quick and easy deployment, fast spin up, spin down, and so forth, the best utilization of your resources. We can help you by providing a layer that gives you that future-proof infrastructure. So in other words, being able to provide cloud capabilities and manage services on-premise with your stack for SAP HANA and for all of your SAP environment. So all of that comes together through both Dell EMC and VMware, and then we can take it from there and connect to external off-premise cloud solutions. And so if you're looking for that sort of thing for any of your SAP environments, as you're moving from classic ERP over to Suite on HANA, over to S4 HANA, the solutions that we can provide is through our own arm of cloud-based services, VirtuStream. VirtuStream has some of the most advanced SAP HANA support of any of the cloud vendors that are out there, and also a model that allows you to very granularly decide how much you're going to pay based on how large of a chunk you have to consume. You're not just saying, oh, you need this little bit more, well, you need to have this big of a chunk. VirtuStream is very, very clear in terms of how they manage that for you and can make it the most economical cloud solution that's out there. And also give you connection through VMware, once again, with your on-premise environment. So use the cloud where it makes sense. Stay on-prem where you need to stay on-prem and where it's most economical, but be able to use the two seamlessly. That's what we can provide because we have that edge-to-edge kind of a connection. It's all internal to Dell. And then finally, edge into the core. The edge being IoT, the Internet of Things. Not only that, but also big data and other sources of data to be able to bring in and use it to the advantage of your business. So how we bring this to play through the use of SAP Leonardo and SAP DataHub, that's what this section is all about, really. We provide the DataHub capabilities through our own on-premise with SUSE's capabilities with their CAS platform, utilizing with Dell EMC technology, and managed services in the cloud through VirtuStream. We use DataHub as a means of shipping that data back and forth and making those containers available to you as you need them. And connected systems, obviously, all the way across your SAP HANA environment. We have solutions and reference architectures that build all of that together and give it to you in a quick and easy to consume manner, so that it moves you quicker to the utilization of your data rather than the management or maintenance of the technology that underlies it. Okay? Our whole goal here is to partner with you to get you as productive as possible, as quickly as possible. So if you're looking edge to core, some of the things that we bring into play are the SAP Leonardo IoT edge processing, pre-built into our edge gateways for IoT. We're the only company out there at this stage that has this capability built in. And when you tie that in with things like Boomi and with big data, we're able to pull information from all edges of your business. You know, whether you're a large oil company, petroleum, let's say petroleum production, for instance, oil well, gas well, RFI on delivery trucks and so forth. All of these things provide information that if you wait until it finally arrives at a destination to be able to get the information's old. If I can get it instantaneously through an IoT gateway and bring it directly into my analytics, then I can make decisions about that information. I can make decisions about my business that are going to make me more profitable. And that's ultimately what IoT is all about, to be able to get that information quickly, easily, seamlessly, and be able to tie it into something that's actionable by the business. So we have entire frameworks built around that, and I would encourage you to reach out to Dell EMC, to Dell Technologies, and to your account executives to talk about these solutions because they're very pervasive. So ultimately, our IoT framework is a connected everything kind of a thought process, from the operational environments to the data center and the digital core, all the way out to end user engagement and security. We have platforms and processes that you can leverage, and best practices across the board that can be leveraged to be able to effect this for your company. It doesn't have to be a mystery. Everybody's talking about IoT, but not everybody knows exactly how to do it. We've actually implemented, and we have the pieces and parts that are pre-built, ready for you to put into play in your environment. So why Dell Technologies for SAP and for the environment? Well, part of it is the strategic relationship, and not just with SAP, with many of the SIs, many of the system integrators that you see around the floor here. We work cooperatively with all of these folks. We have our Center of Excellence at SAP's Waldorf headquarters, and we work directly with SAP Engineering to come up with solutions. But also, Dell's the market leader. We're the market leader in converged infrastructure, in hyper-converged infrastructure, in storage of all types, in performance benchmarks in SAP HANA. Dell is at the top of the heap, and has been for many, many, many years. And beyond that, the portfolio for scale up, scale out, cloud, hyper-converged, converged, you name it, we have a solution that will fit your need. And by the way, none of them are going to be a particular solution that we're going to say, this is what you have to have. Because that's not productive for you. Our goal here with all of these things is to partner with you to figure out what works and put the most economical solution into play that's going to work for you today and into the future. And with services partnerships that can help affect that for you, we are very confident that we can make anybody profitable in this environment. So with that, you know, where are you going to start? Start by consolidating and simplifying your landscapes. Move towards S4, because everybody is going to have to make those moves bit by bit. Work with Dell, let us consult with you, and we can help you with some best practices that other customers are using. Leverage what other people are doing. I think that's an important thing for you to do. Look at running the SAP in the cloud operating model, and try and figure out, you know, what makes most sense for you. Is it an entire cloud infrastructure? Is it a no cloud at all, but an on-premise cloud, private cloud, or is it somewhere in between in the hybrid space? We have the expertise and the tools to be able to make that happen, and ultimately then start gathering data from the edge to the core with IoT processes, big data, and so forth, and bring it into your environment to be able to leverage that as a business advantage for your corporation. With that, I want to thank you very much for your time. Are there any questions about anything that we do? I'm happy to address them.
Stay around for a minute.
I absolutely can. If you've got any questions that you'd like to ask afterwards, come on up.
All right. Well, let's give a big hand. Thank you for coming to our booth.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Good partnership.